with one of the companies called Ripple. And we have already partnered with them, and we have a working product in which we have demoed it here. And we are going to demo that to a lot of our customers as well.
The dollar is definitely a security because the Fed can dilute it.
Such a system not only improves existing processes, but also unlocks entirely new types of economic arrangements. And in this way, it can improve the old and enable the new.
But if you think that governments and central banks are going to change their goals about what monetary policy ought to do, control of
it's distracting. And effectively, what has happened, thanks to crypto, is we're going to have FedNow rolling out next month. We're going to have...
It was not clear whether there was there. These transcripts, who these people were, the second whistleblower.
Blockchain technology is one of the 4 pillars of the digital age, the ABCDs, as we call them. That's AI, blockchain technology, computer chips, and data. A $1.2 trillion asset.
We're working to get rid of Gary Gensler. I gave a hearing where I was able to communicate with him and say, look, I plan to fire you.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub, Jesse V in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, stuffing some bags. Go ahead. Throw on those moon suits. Throw on those pilot shades. Buckle up. There's the futures. Extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. Pump it up. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.121 trillion, down about almost 1.5%. In the past 24 hours, we got BTC's dominance right around 41.8 billion. We got XRP here in that number 6 spot, right around 47.5 cents, down 3%. In the past 24, Stellar XLM right around 9 cents. We got BTC right around 30,000, ETH right around 19 hundo. We got Flare Networks in that number 113 spot, right around 1.5 cents, down 2.1 in the past 24. Songbird 00599. And taking a look at some of these XRPL tokens here, we got BPM 0010, XLIST 00097, Expector right around 5-6 cents. We got ELS 002 EQ 0.0386, Casino Coin 0001224. We got Wrath of K to kick things off. It says important build out. Last week, Ripple received a license from MAS. A week prior, Signum also received one. We also got Asia Next, SBI, SIX Venture received a provisional capital market service license too. All of these companies are connected. Number 2, timing is just MAS calendar, but note that these companies are all connected in various ways. We got SBI invested in Ripple and Signum. SBI partners with Six and Signum partners in Custo Digit. Six and Ripple invested in KeyRock. Signum leverages Medical Ripple. Finally, SBI got a capital markets license there last year. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. Asia's next. We got the upcoming launch of FedNow is likely to be the initial spark for ISO 20022 in the U.S. markets. At launch, FedNow will introduce ISO messages to instruct customer credit transfers, requests for payments, and interbank liquidity transfer, as well as FedNow system and accounting reporting messages. The Fed is using Swift's My Standards platform to provide access to the FedNow ISO 20022 message specifications and accompanying implementation guide. As far as interoperability is concerned, the Fed has already said our use of the ISO 20022 standard, which is also used by the RTP network, will support routing interoperability. We're sending financial institutions that use both the services can route payment messages over each service to reach participating receivers. Welcome to the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies and the XRP ledger, the internet of value. We got ISO 20022 Let's Do It Volante discussing their partnership with Ripple. You know what's coming.
Detail in depth in the particular products. I know that there's a lot of new things that you're working on. Some things that you'd like to share with us.
Sure. Today, I think we have announced one more product, which helps the latest technology, blockchain technologies, with these open ledger technologies. We are already just out for the last few months, I guess, with one of the companies called Ripple. And we have already partnered with them, and we have a working product in which we have demoed it here. And we are going to demo that to a lot of our customers as well. And we're getting a lot of good traction there, saying customers have looked at it, and they're saying this is great because it's when they're thinking about these things, when we show the solution, they really love it.
You know, very interesting to me because, of course, as you mentioned, blockchain is getting a lot of coverage. And I think a lot of people still associate very much with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and that might not have given the right image of blockchain. So it's really refreshing to hear that there's other applications in financial services and that you've actually brought some of that into the market. I'd like to hear a little bit more.
I mean, you're absolutely right, because blockchain has been associated with Bitcoin. A lot of people have not been looking at other things, but I think now the knowledge of blockchain technology is becoming a little more popular, and people are learning more on how it can be used, right from the securities market to the payments market, the settlements and all that. I think as we go forward, again, there'll be a lot of excitement regarding that, and there'll be a lot of new players, and eventually there'll be shake-up, and then some of the leading players will settle down as the leading leaders. But what we are trying to do is, it really doesn't matter which vendor you go with, which technologies we go with. Our architecture itself is built in such a way that we are, I would like to use this phrase called future-proof, which will support you as the technology change or industry change, but you'll be able to address it in a very agile fashion to address those needs as you go forward.
Greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes. You know what you hold. You're right where you need to be.
Buy crypto, suckers!
We got the Digital Pound Foundation UK parliamentarians voted through a new bill on Monday that could recognize crypto as a regulated activity. The approval of the Financial Services and the Markets Bill FSMB means it's now entering the final stages before it's put into law. Crawl, walk, then we rock it. We got Eugene 482. If you use Gensler's criteria on centralization, then the dollar is definitely a security. Gary, you still there?
Control over it, sort of like the Federal Reserve. I mean, if you use Gensler's criteria on centralization, the dollar is definitely a security because the Fed can dilute it. You know,
such a good point.
BIS Unified Ledger, we got XRPville 589, improving the old and enabling the new. Just the tip of the iceberg.
I've outlined a blueprint for a new type of financial market infrastructure, a unified ledger that integrates CBDCs, tokenized deposits, and other tokenized claims on financial and real assets. Such a system not only improves existing processes, but also unlocks entirely new types of economic arrangements. And in this way, it can improve the old and enable the new. There are many possible use cases, but the full potential of the unified ledger will only become apparent with time as developers build on the platform. And here we can reflect on the experience from our own daily lives. We have all become accustomed to the seamless operation of apps on our smartphones. In many ways, the impact of smartphone apps on people's daily lives has far exceeded the initial imagination of the builders of the platform. The same is surely true of what is possible with tokenization and the unified ledger in unlocking entirely new types of economic arrangements. So in this respect, what I've presented to you today is likely just the tip of the iceberg.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. Unified ledger, XRP. Mr. Man, XRP, central banks don't have the intent to give up power. They will not change their goals and what monetary policy ought to do. Follow the money.
Reads, don't you think that with CBDC, stablecoins, etc., future monetary policy will be shaped by IT specialists, and the role of economists will be to accommodate for technology outcomes? So with that in mind, Patricia, I'll hand it over to you for your thoughts on the obsolescence of economists and the programmability of money.
Well, I don't know about the obsolescence of economists, but if you think that governments and central banks are going to change their goals about what monetary policy ought to do, control of a stable currency, I believe that's the stable fiat currency. I believe that's the terminology in the Federal Reserve Act. That's not going to change, and that's defined in terms of inflation and output, and that's not defined in terms of the technology behind it. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It took a very long time for central banks to come around to a system that kind of sort of works, where they don't at least mess up on a regular basis. They do still mess up.
We got digital asset investor, dirty little secret. There's only one digital asset that has complete transparency, XRP. This transparency has been used by the BTC ETH maxis to beat Ripple over the head. Who is Satoshi? Who are the disguised whales? We are the good guys and always have been.
So the one, it's not an inflation hedge. Two, the thing is, it may be good for transaction, for petty transaction, small amount of money, but it's not good for real money laundering because it's very traceable. And three, it is pretty much the first time in the history of the world we have had a cult, cult coupled with a financial instrument.
What do you make of BlackRock now trying to pursue with an ETF. You have Citadel. You have a number of Wall Street players who, by the way, for a very long time, actually were very negative, skeptical, just like you.
Yes. I started positive on Bitcoin because I was disappointed with the Federal Reserve policy. But then I realized that you're going from Caribbean to Scylla. In other words, from something, bad to something vastly worse. At least with Federal Reserve, we have transparency. We know what's going on. We can influence it. There's a system. But with crypto, tend to concentrate among big players, and it is how can I explain it? It's distracting, and effectively, what has happened thanks to crypto is we're going to have FedNow rolling out next month. We're going to have the central banks are focusing on making transaction most easier and faster for individuals.
It was never BTC XRP hidden in plain sight. The far superior technology, faster, cheaper, more efficient. The SEC one time was trying to kick up an XRPL node. BTC who? ETH who? We got Stellar Org. Argentinians have now easy and accessible way to protect themselves from the devaluation of the peso with the Vibrant powered by Stellar. Learn how it works and how users are gaining their financial freedom with Stellar and Americans with XRP, the standard. Satoshi Nakamoto, born unknown, creators of the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. True identity has never been verified or revealed. Author of the Bitcoin white paper. We got new Satoshi Nakamoto documentary probes the disappearance of the Bitcoin creator. The upcoming documentary about Satoshi Nakamoto will delve into the fascinating realm of the cryptocurrencies and the Emanate figure behind Bitcoin, and they seen Bitcoin was too slow, outdated, so they left, and now we have XRP, the new standard, hidden in plain sight, the one and only cryptocurrency they don't want you with. Bags packed. We got Digital Asset Investor says, looks like the mainstream media has been instructed to throw Biden overboard. They decided to stop lying.
For the longest time, all of this whistleblower talk, it was not clear whether there was there. These transcripts, who these people were, the second whistleblower, these look pretty credible.
We got Fo Jack 3, Mr. Pool, BIS. Mr. Pool, know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why they want you out. We got Nomadic Cat, excellent answers here. Blockchain technology is one of the 4 pillars of the digital age, the transformation of value, the ABCDs, as we call them. That's AI, blockchains, computer chips, and data.
Well, I think the narrative's actually completely wrong. The idea that the digital assets are in the waste bin, seems kind of silly to me. We're talking about a $1.2 trillion asset from zero 14 years ago, $500 billion in Bitcoin alone.
Well, but we're not talking
kind of silly to say it's
we're not talking about NFTs or virtual real estate in the same way anymore. People aren't trying to buy the virtual place next to Snoop Dogg's house. Like, people are concerned about actual commercial real estate right now.
Well, no, that's been the whole point all along, right? Blockchain technology is one of the 4 pillars of the digital age, the ABCDs, as we call them. That's AI, blockchain technology, computer chips, and data. Those 4 things are transforming the way we store and exchange value. The same way that media was completely disrupted by the internet and the value of the biggest media assets went to new assets, the same thing's happening in financial services. It's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over decades. But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
The XRP ledger, interoperable, immutable, faster, cheaper, more efficient, no mining needed, no middleman needed. Don't fall for the media trickery. Welcome to the digital age, the internet of value, the ABCDs and the X's, XRP, XLM, XDC. We got historical patterns could result in 482% or 51,000% increase for XRP, leading to either new all-time highs at around $3.30 or $250 plus. We got XRP active addresses spike is a XRP price jump Incoming, the XRP bulls are active, and so are the users of the digital currency. The trend in the network activity can tilt the balance and fuel the growth of XRP. XRP is likely on its way to make history, an SEC face-melting pump, as data from crypto analytics service provider Sentiment showed that the protocol has recorded a consistent growth in the past few days, sharing the observation on Twitter Crypto Analysis. The past 3 instances in which XRP price saw a parabolic run, it has been preceded by a surge in the active addresses. In the last 3 instances, XRP price jumped and preceded by a spike in the number of active XRP addresses. On-chain data from Sentiment Feed has recorded a spike in the network activity over the past few days. Could history repeat itself? Load up while you still have some time. And with that being said, the Bitcoin bottom is in. I think we can all agree on that now, yes. So that means that you should simply be accumulating as much XRP as you can between now and the next blow off top mania phase. People will say you got lucky. You didn't. You just stayed focused and you accumulated while others were crying. You were buying and did something others weren't prepared to do. Buy that dip, load up while you still have some time. The corrupt SEC must be held accountable, and the XRP ledger exposing all of them. We got them on that. Blockchain trail, where will you be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally set free? We'll catch you up here at the tippy top. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up those bags. Don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below, drop an elbow on those like buttons from the top rope. Catch you up here, top floor on the mothership or the moon party. BYOB. Bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. Peace out. Crypto Ghost.
They try to tell them about the price, they look at you like you're crazy. Moon Commander in that rocket, so there's no way in. We flipping switches out of here, you didn't have the patience. Slipped up on my mind and that cash in decline. Told you get a wheelbarrow and load up on them bags, but you ain't listen to the Moon Commander, now you so mad. There's a party on the moon to keep warm, we burn cash, so please bring more of that trash.
Moon Commander Bagman headed outer space. If you don't got no bags, then I don't got no space. It's a party on the moon, we gon' party all day. It's a party on the moon, bags popping, hooray.
I be stuffing bags to the day that we go. SEC want your bags, it's all part of the show.